Hello YouTube, this is Annihilation again. I said I wasn't going to make another video until like the 11th, and there's been 3 videos since then, so obviously I'm excited. Um, I'm excited for several reasons actually. Like, I have my models and I'm working on them, and that's great, and I love doing that. However, I tend to have excitement that comes and goes, and I know that about myself, and it's both good and bad. Like, I get super into something, and then slowly it fades, and one day I decide, okay, I'm going to go do something else, and then I come back to things eventually. Admittedly, the last time I did this with miniatures, the break was 15 years, but that's not because I wasn't interested in the meantime. It was because I moved several times. I moved from the US back to Europe, then now to Japan, and it just like moving all the miniatures around was never going to happen, which means they ended up stuck in a locker somewhere, I think at my parents' house in the Netherlands. And then ultimately, I got a call from my mom saying like, "Hey, we're cleaning out stuff from when you were in college that's stored. Do you want any of that stuff?" And I was like, "Ooh, God, I'd love to have my miniatures, but there's just too much stuff, and it's a big box." And I was just like, "No, just chuck all that stuff away." And then I thought better of it, and I was like, "Hang on, I have a friend who plays D&D like a lot. Writes his own campaigns, does his own storylines. Like, he's into it, like fairly hardcore. And I think he plays to this day with a small group of people." And I was like, I bet that guy might like to have all my miniatures. I mean, there was demons in there were Grey Knights in there were some Warhammer Fantasy models in there that he might be able to use. So I was like, "Hey, do you want that?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I sent it to him, or I had it sent to him, and I think I made him very happy. And I'm starting from scratch. And like I said, that's fun too. I didn't really do a good job the first time, so I'm trying to do a good job this time. And one of the things that doing a good job entails, and you see my finger quotes, doing a good job, um, is getting things that you really are excited about, which I am about my Swarmlord and Uruk Megaboss. But like, my enthusiasm, you can't satisfy it like that. Like, I bought 2 fantastic models, they're not finished, I'm working on them, great. But in the meantime, every waking moment of my day that I'm not actively doing something else, I'm like, "Ooh, I'd love to have other models and more paints and more brushes, and oh my God, I want to watch YouTube videos and tutorials on this and that." And let's be honest, it's not healthy. It's just not. And it's expensive, like really expensive. Like, going to the Forge World website, don't do that if you have no self-discipline, because Lord knows, Forge World and a credit card, and before you know it, they're repossessing your house. Like, I was on there today and just casually clicking through the things, and you go, "Ooh, they have a Thunderhawk gunship. They have a Thunderhawk gunship with a landing pad. Oh, I need it." And of course, you don't need it. And it's 530 British pounds, which in normal money is a lot. Um, so you need boundaries. You need rules. People like me, we need to restrain ourselves. We need to temper our enthusiasm with some constraints. So I've decided that the models I have and the ones I have already ordered, whoops, that's it. Until they're done, I'm not buying anything else, which is going to be hard for me, I won't lie. And there is a chance that in the future there'll be a video update with, "Hey guys, guess what I did?" But you should all yell at me if I do that. That being said, it allows me to focus more on the ones I do have. Like, it adds kind of like a, not a deadline, which is the wrong word, but it adds some pressure to get these done, because as soon as they're done, I get to order more things. It's like my deal with myself. And boy, do I want to order more things. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some sort of list of models that I want. A wish list, let's say. If only they had a built-in feature at Forge. Oh wait, they do. Yeah, I'm building a wish list on Forge World and Games Workshop actually. But let me be clear. Models is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna buy paints and brushes and whatever else I can think of. By the gallon. Um, I'm seriously debating an airbrush and an airbrush compressor. They're like 150 bucks here for a decent one, and that is not a lot of money if you're going to do it a lot. So, oh yeah, and again, I live in Tokyo. It's summertime. The humidity is like 110%, and it's hot outside. And I'm not gonna take a rattle can out there and ruin my model. So I feel like I can totally rationalize. I mean, justify buying an airbrush compressor. My wife not super happy with me having yet another hobby. She would really like it if I sold some of my other stuff. In winter, I snowboard, giant snowboard bag in a tiny Japanese apartment. In the spring and fall, I go airsofting, so a bunch of guns around the house that she really doesn't like. I have obviously a gaming computer that I'm kind of bored with, but functions perfectly fine for making YouTube videos. Bit of an overkill. But yes, so I have more hobbies than she does, and I think she's jealous. She's jealous of my miniatures. That's it. She can't have the precious. But yeah, so I've limited myself for now to these two models. I'm gonna finish them. How soon? I don't know. Depends on if I get the airbrush compressor soonish. Like the home center next door has one. It'd be awfully tempting to roll out of bed one morning and accidentally trip and fall and buy an compressor and airbrush set over there. But if I can't get that done, I'm gonna have to rattle cans prime these inside the house, which probably not a great idea. Let's be honest. Um, but that may end up happening, and then I'll just, take a day, a year, but off my life with, lung cancer from the spray can. I don't know. They say not to do it, but I think one time won't kill me. Anyway, so that's the update. Nothing has happened with my models. The PVA glue on the Uruk Megabus base is thick, so kind of still drying. It's clearing up though, so it's almost there. And then my Swarm Lord. I don't know, man. I told you in the last video, those wings, they're pretty cool. Might have to stick them on my Swarm Lord. Oh, and I ordered some stuff off eBay, which was another tip from, I think, Tabletop Miniatures. Like, hey, just buy some crappy models off eBay and strip them. I'm not buying crappy models off eBay. At least I don't think I am. And they won't have to be stripped because they're just black primed. But I did buy some models off eBay, or I'm in the process of bidding on models on eBay. Anyway, I'm the high bidder. It wasn't hard, just throw money at it. But if you too are getting back into the hobby, or you're just starting out in the hobby, that's not a bad option really, because you're not going to be great at painting. I'm not going to be great at painting either, despite my art degree, but that wasn't in miniature painting, as I mentioned. So getting a few disposable models that are good starting points for cheap on eBay, I think that's a great idea. So yeah, I jumped on that. Of course, they're being shipped from the UK or the US or someplace to Japan, so they're not going to get here anytime soon, which means I'm going to paint, these two much nicer, expensive models first. But, if you're watching this, learn from my mistakes. I think we're at mistake number like 6 or 7. I don't remember. I've made quite a few already. Remember the fingerprints and the super glue and my X-Acto knife? Yeah, don't do that. But that's the update anyway. So I'll see you next time when we probably will start painting next time. I'll prime them not on camera, but I will try to paint some stuff on camera and talk you through how that feels when you haven't done it in 15 years. Whoops daisy. Anyway, that's it. See you next time. Thanks very much.